Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Nerchio and Polt on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is Polt. And in the top left side of the map we have the red Zerg player, it is Nerchio. So this is from the round of 4 series from the WCS 2016 Spring Championship that was held a couple of weeks ago. So both these players had to beat some really good people in order to get this far. And we will see who can win this game today. There was a first game between these two players on my channel, Nerchio versus Polt. I'll put a link in the top left. I will not spoil it for you. But for all intents and purposes, this is game 2 as far as Falcon Paladin knows. Polt is as steady as the winter snows and the spring rains and the summer heat. He is going to go for a Reaper expand here against his Zerg opponent. Okay, it might not be a Reaper expand, it could be a Marine expand, but based on that rally point, I'm going to call it a Reaper expand because Reapers from Polt are the best. Ooh, I have a good name for it too. Okay, we're not going to spoil that either. We're going to go and keep that close and hidden until the Reaper is ready to go. Extractor here from Nerchio after the hatch first, really waiting on that pool. There it is. Finally getting the pool at about 17 supply. I mean, it's not a crazy late pool, but a little bit later than you would expect. This extractor is almost complete, which means he will have speed available pretty darn quickly as soon as that spawning pool is fully hatched. Overlords are scouting out to their traditional positions. Nerchio is not drone scouting. No need to do so when you know what Polt is going to do pretty much every time in ZVT. Orbital command upgrade here for Polt, bringing the SCV down, saving up the minerals, and bam, timing as per usual is perfect. Perfection for Polt. So fun to watch. He definitely has his fans on my channel and elsewhere. Spawning pool ready to rock. Look at that. About 68, 70. That's going to be perfect. That's going to line up so nicely to get to 100 gas for that speed. And okay, almost super nicely. There's 100. Boop. And Nerchio is not getting speed yet. Okay, there he is. Now he's getting speed. A little bit late. So here comes our Reaper. His name is Beepy the Reaper is what his name is. He is from a story that was told by one of my subscribers on the channel. I think that was subscriber Bill. Basically said that the Reaper enjoyed reading Falcon Paladin's book in his basement. And that his computer was the other thing he liked to do. He used to beep at him. So his Beepy the Reaper, he's come out of the basement to try to fight against the swarm. He's so glad that Polt is the human that is controlling him, because otherwise it'd be really scary stuff. KD8 charge, bam, saving the drone, making it into a spore crawler here. Beepy the Reaper taking shots directly to the face from that queen. Gotta get out of there, gotta get out of there. Yellow health, can he kill any of these lings? No. Beepy the Reaper, come on, man. You can do this thing. Does he know about the third base? Did he at least scout the third? Tell me you scouted the third, man. Yes, he did scout the third. All right, so his position and his standing is well established there in the Terran Dominion. Queen, ready to go. Beepy the Reaper not interested in going in there when there are queens that want to shoot him. High ground, lings here too from Nerchio. The speed just about complete, which means that Beepy the Reaper's time on this side of the map is completely over. He's going to head back home and be here for some base defense, as there are speedlings out. And if they're not playing defense, they might as well be on offense, and here they come. Speed gonna finish. There it is. Kicks in very quickly. Look how fast these guys moves, because they have wings on their back, and as we all know, wings make things faster. Hellions come in, roasting them up, though. Man, map control very much in Polt's hands right now. As soon as those Hellions come out, the speedlings are virtually useless, unless you get lucky and can get a surround on one of these, which is difficult to do against a player of Polt's caliber. Lings busting on in here, playing defense. Queen here, not as afraid of the Hellion. Can they get the creep tumor? They're going to try to bust it down. No, can't get it. The creep is extended. That's such a bonus for Nerchio, giving the queens much more area in which to range here. Unfortunately, can't really drone up this third because of the harassment from these Hellions. So going to use queens to defend. Going to try to spread creep on over there, connect these guys, and make it easier for the queens to traverse back and forth. This is a lot of Hellions, actually, for Polt. He's getting 4 more. Is this a mass Hellion play? Nope, armory on the way. Hellbat play. Mass Hellbat play, and here it is. Queens trying to stab away here. The thing is, for the Hellions to shoot, they gotta hold still if they're gonna shoot at queens, which means they're getting punched in the face, which means the threat of being wrapped around and circled by Zerglings is pretty scary there. Ah, did they get both those creep tumors? They did. That hurts. Okay, the creep is pretty much here anyway. Those creep tumors were just for extra stuff. Roach is coming out for Nerchio. Great timing. Great timing from our Zerg player. And the Hellions forced to head on back home. But guess what? These Hellions are not forced to head back home. This is a lot of Hellions. Polt has 12 Hellions that can be transformed into Hellbats at any second now. Look, Hellbat transformation. Deals damage in a small frontal cone. Can transform back into Hellions, but man, they do well again. I mean, pretty well against most things. Maybe not super good against roaches, even in Hellbat form. Losing one a little bit carelessly there was Polt. And Hellions sneaking around the right side, while this small group here, I think Nerchio assumes there are only 4, which could be a problem here. Could be a problem. Overlord scouts it, Queen scouts it, Roach scouts it. There's the transformation. And here they come. Queens, no match for the might of the Hellbats, especially not that many. Full drone pull there. These Hellions trying to sneak on in and line up all of the drones that are retreating from the third. Oh, how brutal. How brutal. Roach is a little bit faster, so you can kite a little bit there with these Roaches. Maybe try to siphon off a few of the Hellbats. And he does, but this base is gone. Third base gone, so... Broodlings are trying to do some attacking here, and they do manage to help kill one of them. Possibly 2 of them, transforming on the creep. A little bit risky there for Polt. Some workers died as the Hellion ran by and roasted up the retreating drones. But the big thing here is that the third base was killed. It's 51 to 47 Harvesters. Nerchio still has that lead, even after losing 4 drones. Roach is heading out for some revenge on the other side of the map. The Hellions scout it. These Xel'Naga watchtowers are actually gone in the current version of the map, but this is an older patch. This is the patch before the one that we're currently on, because that's where this tournament was played. No huge differences, just some changes to Liberator damage and some special abilities for Thors, but I don't know that we'll see anything of those in this particular game. Overseer scouting right on in, sees the command center, sees the barracks, sees the 2 factories here. I don't know how much use these guys are necessarily going to have. I guess they could just be making add-ons for the barracks. I feel like Polt is going to go bio here. He has a tank. He has 2 tanks. He has a bunch of Marines. Production tab shows 5 Marines on the way, getting combat shield, getting a +1 for those units. Nerchio is no slouch either, man. He's expanding over here. He's working on Glio reconstitution. Pneumatized Carapace to make his overlords move more quickly. These roaches trying to chase away the Hellions. Get out of our house. And an infestation pit coming up, as well as +1 for those lings. He might be moving into ultras, which he has done in the past in ZVTs. He's a big fan of those Ultralisks. Not so much into the Broodlords or the Roach Ravager type stuff, but we'll have to see if he does manage to get some Ravagers out this day. Roaches moving on out. At this stage where the Marines aren't fully well upgraded, I feel like Roaches do better than in the late stages with +3 Marines and Marauders. Ground Carapace level 1, gonna wrap it up. I think Nerchio might be waiting for that before doing anything else. Scouting around are some Hellions, trying to see what is up. Fast Overlords everywhere on this map. Look at this Overlord placement by Nerchio. It's great. If I was Polt, I might throw out a single Viking just trying to kill those things. Oh, did he scout the drop? He scouted the drop. What luck there by Nerchio, having Roaches in just the right position. Polt's going to go for it anyway, though. Does he have anything to defend with? The Roaches are trying to get there during the drop. That is the ideal thing. No! Oh, the fake out. The fake out. They're coming on over here. There are 2 Roaches ready to go. There's a Sport Crawler there. Roaches really trying to kill these Marines. There are a lot of them here. That's a pick up and a retreat for Polt for sure. No, is he coming on in? Nope. The Infestor shows up. That scares him. He picks up, runs away. Drops down here where there are more Roaches and a Spore Crawler, no less. Yeah, you don't want to take shots to your medevacs. That is a bad feeling. And Polt's drop is rebuffed by Nerchio. So after the early success in killing that third base from Polt, he wasn't able to do anything on the follow-up. It is now 72 to 66 total Harvesters. APM over 300 for both of these guys. Fairly identical, actually. 319, 319. Kind of buffering up and down as things go, but nothing too different. Siege tanks pushing on out. Marines ready to rock. A pretty good composition against Roach. Tanks so darn good against those Roach units. Ravagers here, though. And here it is. Roaches right on top of these tanks. If they can clear them out, that's a pretty big deal. They get 1. Not enough. Nerchio does not like the results. It's forced into retreat here. Creep spread continuing up at the top of this ramp. Polt says, how did the creep spread get so far? It's out of control. Nerchio's creep spread is amazing. Fungal growth on top of those units. And the fungal bile greatly whittling down that Marine count for Polt. It's 139 to 135 total supply, continuing to increase. Now splitting. Tank fire, just leaving splatters of Zerg stuff on that creep. Tank count, again, 4 more tanks on the way. Double pumping those tanks is Polt. He understands these Roaches are very good at dealing with everything but the tank at this point. Marines killing the creep tumors. Corrosive biles, too little, too late. Another one picked off by Polt. He's just mean. He is mean to creep tumors. They're just buildings, man. I don't think they even have consciousness. Ling run by. Yep, Ling run by. Oh, this isn't a planetary fortress. Bad news. Bad news. Tanks on the high ground trying to defend, but the splash damage from killing Zerglings that are attacking your SCVs is almost as damaging as just the SCVs themselves. Nice, another fungal. Catching the Marines. Not getting the medevacs, though, surprisingly. Not getting the medevacs as much as you would expect. Few dead. 5 dead SCVs on that attack. Oh, man, I don't know what that is. Something's freaking out my hard drive. Come on. Come on. Come back. And we're back. Okay, that was weird. That was weird. I have to investigate that one. Corrosive Bile right on the front lines, killing some Marines. A Ling run by again, killing more and more SCVs. Polt is forced to babysit this third base. He doesn't want to do it. He wants to send these Marines to the front lines because he needs them as much as they can. Corosive Bile is taking them out very quickly. +1/+1 has been completed here. Picking up the tanks. Flying tanks coming to the front line. There we go. Now we're in range to do some real damage, they say. Lings running in once again. Marines and SCVs do clean them out, but a few more SCVs are killed in the process. Fungal, is that a fungal miss there? Might have been a fungal miss from the Infestor. In production are Ultras, though. Ready to go. 10-minute Ultras for Nerchio. Holy shamoly. This might just straight up turn the tide here. 10-minute Ultras. I don't see any sign of Ghosts. I don't see any sign of Marauders. I don't see any sign of Liberators from Polt pushing right on in here. Bring the Ultras first. Make them tank the damage. Lings from the backside and Ultras. The full surround here. Ultras crushing through the tanks. Polt losing mostly everything here. Yes, there are Liberators ready to rock, but the Ravager count fairly high. They really want to kill these things if they can, but it forces a full retreat from Polt. Polt is forced to get the heck on out of there. And he does. I think I just didn't turn off my backup software. I usually do that when I cast, so apologies. We'll get that fixed later on, I suppose. Ling's actually doing a surprising amount of damage here. Ultras, too, not caring about the Liberator circles until they do, and then they retreat. So it is 144 to 110 total supply. Army supply 82 to 56, 70 to 54. Worker supply. Nerchio is playing like a man possessed. APM still over 300 for both of these players, over 4 right now for Nerchio. Man, if I could play that fast, I'd be better than I am now. Ravagers mixed in, so it's going to be a Ravager Ultra play, which I like. 7 armor on these guys already, +2 has been completed. And there's a Starport, there's Liberators. Okay, so it's going to be Liberator play from Polt. Unfortunately, his 4th is delayed by this Overlord pooping creep. It is a standard procedure that most Zergs will do if given the opportunity. Polt is forced to clear it out. This creep does not stick around as long as it used to, as you notice it receding already, as the Overlord has moved. So it used to stick here for, I mean, it felt like over a minute or so, but now, I mean, within 20 seconds or so, it's pretty much gone. That command center can land. Nerchio has no intent of letting Polt keep this thing, so here we come. Ultras rolling in first. Marines, no match for these Ultras. Corrosive Bile is doing very well against the Liberators and trying to take down that command center. 2 dead SCVs everywhere. Run, SCVs! You can't mine here. It's too dangerous. Nope. Didn't happen. He really wants to kill that command center. Can't quite pull it off, though. Is he really long-distance mining here? He is. Polt, why are you not taking care of your SCVs at this point? That command center is burning down, but the repair SCVs are on their way. 200 to 125 total supply right now. Ling run by. Ling run by. Gets some. No, the lift. The lift from Polt. These Lings are trying to kill as many workers as they can, and they do get a couple there. Doing pretty darn well for themselves. Fight SCVs. Don't fight. Don't fight the... All right. Anyway, so the tank does manage to clean them up. Knocking down these rocks for an additional attack path. The sensor tower sees what is happening and does not like it, not one bit. Income 40 to 67 workers in favor of Nerchio. Boosting out, he has to drop. He has to do something. Nerchio cannot keep him pinned inside 3 bases like this. That 5th base now coming up for Nerchio. I feel like he should have maybe expanded here or here, but this one seems a little risky. Maybe it's somewhere that Polt won't scout on purpose, but the accidental scout I think is going to get there. Coming in, trying to land it once again. Polt says if you don't try, then you're not going to succeed. Corrosive Bile and a couple swipes from the Ultras there. The Marines try to drop Lings, clear them out very easily indeed. Big attack up this way. Corrosive Bile leading the way, trying to make sure that command center does not make it safely home. Ultra is just crushing through everything right now. They are dying, but the Ravagers in the back doing tons of damage here too. A lot of Liberators setting up shop, and the command center ends up falling. 5 SCVs killed in that attack. 170 to 121 total supply. Production tab shows a Spire on the way for Nerchio. Heading all the way back home, or at least back to the safety of the creep, getting +1 flyer Carapace now. And wait, is that a second Spire? How many Spires does he have? Yeah, he does have 2. Okay, so we made one, made another one, using one for upgrades right now. +3 infantry weapons coming up here too. Oh, and using Corruptors. Using Corruptors on the Liberators. Such a great choice. Coming right on in here. Corruptors clearing them out, forcing them to not use Defender mode circles. The Ultras are getting destroyed though. Wow, all of them are gone. The combination of Corrosive Bile and Corruptors whittling down that Liberator count fairly well. Don't overextend. The Fungal almost catches them, but misses. Misses there too. A couple dead SCVs as a Ling run by is coming from the north. 157 and 93 total supply. Yes, this base is likely going to fall, but I'm not sure that Nerchio cares at this point. Here he comes. He has Ravagers. He has Infestors. He has Corruptors. That medevac count is at 2. Corrosive Biles landing and killing a Liberator. More and more coming out, though, but it's just the Fungal on the Liberators. Still doing a lot of damage to the Corruptors, but not as well as they would do against Mutos because they are light. And here we come. Corrosive Bile landing everywhere, hitting everything. This base in a lot of trouble here. Small group of Bile here, but it's not enough to deal with the Ravagers with +3 armor. So hard to kill. The Liberator does get taken out of the sky again. Great micro on display here from Nerchio. This base under assault. This is all he has left, and that's it. The GG from Polt. Polt is defeated. Nerchio is victorious, and Zerg takes the win today. Wow, what an absolutely epic play there by Nerchio. He managed to hold off. Well, he didn't really hold off that first attack. Hellbat did take his third, but he's able to get roaches out, but able to put some pressure on Polt. Defend very well. Did such an excellent job with that first drop by Polt that kind of snowballed into victory, I think, for him. He's able to get upgrades for his Ultras, getting Ravagers out. A great choice against the Liberators. Polt, I still feel like Ghosts are the way to go, man. If you're playing against Ultras, although he did kill all of them. He did kill all the Ultras in this game. Can't really see how many died, but resources lost, 22,600 lost for Polt, 18,800 for Nerchio. And in the end there, Harvester count 58 to 26. Nerchio ended up killing 45 workers and only lost 10 of his. That is a big way to win the game of StarCraft 2. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.